DinoPod.
Hello and welcome to the episode number...
We're in double digits, we're number 10 now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yay, we've done this 10 times.
Or we're episode 11, depending on which way around I put this out.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be episode 11.
Okay.
Because essentially we've got one banked at the moment, so this could be episode 11, or it could be episode 10.
Do we have one banked?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So this could be episode 11 or it could be episode 10, so welcome.
Guess we'll see you later.
We're not seeing them later. It's not the end of the show already.
No, I mean when you upload it.
Oh, yeah, fair.
This is a great start.
This is a great start. So yeah.
So today we're going to talk about movies from our childhood. So nostalgia. Basically nostalgia.
I didn't have a childhood.
Nobody did. And today is just me and Mitchell again. Tim has been abducted. And he's now enjoying NFL instead of Swansea City. He has betrayed Swansea FC and gone to the Americans. A shame, really.
It's not, because American football's better than but American football is proper football.
No, it isn't.
None of
you
your...
don't even play with your foot.
None of your soccer bullshit.
It's not soccer, you uncultured swine.
It is soccer.
It's not soccer, it's
Ask
football.
any American, it's soccer.
Americans should not have an opinion on football because their football is stupid and they stop every 5 minutes and it's stupid. Have I mentioned that it's stupid?
It's not stupid.
You don't play with your feet.
Yes, you do. You've got a goal there. Well, I say goal.
God damn it, Mitchell.
Stop
flexing your Apple Watch.
I say goal. It's not a goal, but I'm going to explain it as a goal.
But it's not a goal.
But it's not a goal. But you kick for it.
Yeah, like once every game. Most of the time they're holding the ball with their hands. Hands. I was going to say heads. No.
They're not some African woman with a bowl on their head.
Stop being racist.
How is that racist?
I don't know, it's so weird. I don't even know what they mean. Stop being in... What?
You said with a ball on their head.
I was going to say...
And
so
all I imagined was a picture of an African woman with a bowl on her head with a football on it.
Okay. Can you please cut that off?
No, we're keeping that in. We're keeping that in.
No, that's...
No,
why?
No,
why would you keep that in?
Why? Because it's funny.
It's not funny.
It is funny. The best podcasts... The best podcasts are the ones that are slightly offensive and slightly racist.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Right,
no, they're not.
So, yeah, American football's better than soccer.
No, it's not. And please remove the racist comedy.
How's that racist?
It was a weird racist thing.
It's not racist. Just because I said that someone that lives in Africa where it has a bowl on top of their head, if you Google it and you watch videos of Africa, you will see lots of people with that on their head.
Please stop.
I'm keeping it in. So, this week we're talking about movies.
I don't want to do this anymore. Kill me. Like, why?
This is your topic this week.
You've destroyed my will to live.
Hey, your will to live was destroyed before you even came onto this pod. It was just reinforced with my...
It was going to be a whimsical episode about movies that we liked when we were kids. And then
now we just talk about bowls.
Talking about stupid American football and you make weird African stereotype. It's like, why do you do this to me?
and flexing.
And to the people that are listening to you. Like, honestly, this is embarrassing. I don't want to do this anymore.
But it's fine because stereotypes are fine.
No.
They're not racist.
They're not fine.
They are fine. They're amazing.
Then they're not fine.
So this week we're talking about African movies.
No.
With people with balls on their heads.
No, stop. You're making it worse.
No,
Let me
but
start over.
no, we're continuing. So
No, I don't want to talk anymore.
So this week we're talking about movies. Oh my god, this is great.
No.
The best podcasts are the ones where there's at least one person who loses the will to live by 5 minutes, and that's been achieved. So let's get back on track.
I don't think I can.
I mean, I could get a delivery,
what?
by an African woman with a bowl on her head.
Stop it. Now I'm just deliberately trying to offend people.
Right.
Like,
So,
why?
you've lost the will to live.
We already got a comment about you being racist. We don't need more comments.
People are just
about
too
being
insensitive.
Well, yes, but
Oh my
also,
god, I'm
if
offended.
If you
I'm
make
like,
weirdly racist comments, then
how's that
yes.
racist? It's stereotypical, yes, not racist.
It is, because your picture was an African woman.
Yep.
For some reason, with a ball on her head, which are normally depicted from like documentaries about poverty in Africa, which is a real problem.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I didn't say that. I didn't say that the African woman with a bowl on her head and then some racist slang.
You don't have to say slang to be racist.
So I didn't say that anything.
It was really.
It was weird, yes.
Racist.
It was weird, but not racist.
You had some underlying racism underneath.
No, I didn't.
I feel like it did.
All it did was my brain went. When you said that, first thing that came to my mind was an African woman with a bowl on her head with a football on it.
Please stop saying it.
I'm going to get a picture up so you know where I'm coming from.
I know what you mean, it's still weird. Also, normally, that's carrying water that they have carried for miles. Because unfortunately, they don't have easy access.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a terrible thing you have to do. But you could fit a football in there.
Why? No, stop, please.
And I mean, people do that because it's more convenient. It's true. So, if anything, they've got one up on us because I can't balance I can barely balance a fucking earpods in my ear without them trying to be falling out all the time.
And you also need to carry water in your head because you can just have it from a faucet. You're showing your privilege. Stop
I mean,
it.
I'm just gonna... I carry around a bottle of water.
And a Google bottle.
Yeah, okay, a multi-billion-dollar company. His logo is on my thing, so...
Okay, can we start over?
So, no, this is the best podcast I've ever listened to, are the ones where they at least take 15 minutes before they even remotely try and get back on track. So this is good.
I don't know how to continue this.
I don't know what is life. So, what are we doing this week?
Kill myself, I guess. Throw myself off a bridge.
Throw yourself. I mean, the window doesn't open that wide.
Are you calling me fat?
No, not you.
Now you're calling me fat. This is great, Mitchell. Just amazing.
Not even... I couldn't even fit out the fucking window. My cat couldn't fit out the window, although she would land on her paws. Actually, yeah, that's the question. If you throw a cat off the Empire State Building, would it survive?
I'm gonna guess no.
So... Can we give it a go? Can we go to America and throw cats off at Empire State Building?
No. Before we got distracted by Mitchell's weird comments.
Let's
not talk about it. We were going to talk about movies from when we were kids. And,
oh, God.
Yeah, that's the podcast. I now don't want to talk about it because you've destroyed my happiness from my nostalgia about movies. And I would just want to go home, even though I'm at my place. I know. And like curl up and die. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I think Pac-Man is judging you. Hold on. Judging me?
Yes.
Which inadvertently is judging you. and inadvertently demanding that he be paid for.
Yeah, Chloe, where's my money? From Pac-Man.
Now that is a very obscure reference that no one else...
Not even Chloe will get, because she doesn't listen to this podcast, because she's a bad friend. Thanks, Chloe.
#ditch.
Right, so... What's a movie that you watched when you were a kid, and you loved
What's
it?
a movie? You mean, what's a portrait?
Stop it. Focus, please.
Focus? I am focused. I'm focused on the job at hand, don't you worry.
A movie that you watched when you were a kid, go.
No. Okay, I'll be sensible. No, Mitchell. So, the best movie I've watched when I was a kid
Doesn't have to be the best, just one that you really liked as a kid.
Anything Pixar.
Literally
anything Pixar.
Can I say something that's mildly controversial?
Is it? Well, if you do, I'm going to say it's racist.
I don't like Toy Story. How is that racist?
Yeah, that's... I feel... Do you know what? I feel actually offended. I feel absolutely triggered. I feel genuinely hurt.
I didn't like it. It just didn't resonate with me, I guess. Also, I don't like... What's the guy that made the songs? What is it? Randy Newman?
Correct.
I don't like his singing voice. I think he's trash. Just saying. But yeah, I think that's something that most...
Can I roll up and die
all of
now?
the internet, like, excuse me?
Can I roll up in the ball and die now?
No.
Because Toy Story is so... I love it.
No. I had...
It's one of... Do you know one of those movies where when you watch it, it makes you feel so happy and so warm inside,
no,
and you love it?
No. Tiny Rita was like, no. I had the VHS. I might still have it. Actually, I think I did, yeah. Which was from my brother.
Yes.
All of the VHS were like handovers from my brother.
Toy Story was so... It is so amazing, and it's...
I didn't like it. I haven't really watched it since either. At least the original ones.
It fills me up. Do you know what? It's the only movie. It's the only movie that when I watch it, genuinely fills me up with complete happiness from start to end. And whenever I see the characters, it puts such a smile on my face. Like, and
I didn't like the Woody character. I thought it was a bit of a douche. What's the flying guy?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then that's how the story goes. Is he doesn't like him in the beginning, and then they become best friends.
No, doesn't. I don't like it.
And okay, Sid, was absolutely terrifying.
I don't get why he's a villain. Just a kid playing with toys.
Because he fucking takes her head off of toys and stitches them together, and then...
So? It's a kid playing with toys. You never broke
and
your
then
toy.
He blows them up, and then they look like...
That's how he enjoyed it. He doesn't know that they're alive. To them,
That
it's
doesn't
just toys that, like, he plays with them however he wants to be played with.
But as a kid, when you're watching that, it's haunting. Having a mechanical spider with a weird head on it talking to you, looking like they are looking like the worst nightmares, and knowing that they can feel everything, and then
but like Sid doesn't know that they can feel anything. He's not causing them pain on purpose.
Are you defending Sid?
Yes.
This is racist. I'm getting offended.
Mitchell, please. I know it's trying to make fun of like CGYWs, and I get it. They're annoying.
Let me just put my hood up in my Pizza Planet Toy Story hoodie, and then roll up like a 5-year-old and die.
Why do you hate me?
Because I hate you because you hate Toy Story.
I don't hate Toy Story. I just don't enjoy it. No,
you either have to love... Toy Story is one of those things that you either love it with all your heart or you hate it.
No, I just don't like it. I don't believe in black and white opinions. There's a grey area.
I mean, unless you're talking 1960s. And by the way, that's not racist.
Stop.
That's television for you back in the day.
They're still grey. It's not just completely black and white. There's like different greys. What?
That makes no sense.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's monochrome. Two colours, and then you take the black, and then you introduce more white to certain areas.
And it creates grey.
Well, it's not. You don't create grey. You create a discoloured black,
which is grey.
But it's not grey. It's still pushing out black and or light white,
which makes it grey.
To do it with your human eye, yes, but it's not actually grey.
No, the people, like, when they're filming it, it's colored.
Yeah.
And then camera captures it, and it's grey. It's not black and white. I mean, we call it black and white, but it's not just black and white. There's gradients of it, which are grey.
Anyway, so yeah, Toy Story is the best movie series of all time.
I disagree.
It's I don't know why you don't. Do you know what? You're one of the only people who doesn't like Toy Story I've ever spoken to in my life.
I didn't like it when I was a kid. And
then you've got someone like Rex, who's he's so like timid and scared, yet he's supposed to be a fucking dinosaur. He's supposed to be a big Tyrannosaurus Rex that goes and eats people, yet he's the most lovable character in the entire thing, and he gets so panicked and worried, it makes it so cute and lovely and warm, and I love it.
Couldn't care less about Rex.
Rex is the best. So much so, I've still got a display just purely Rex. I love it. And then the fact that there's in Disney World and Disneyland Paris and I think Disneyland have Toy Story Land, and then the one in Disney World has a Slinky ride, and it looks the most adorable thing in the world, and it's my one place I want to go to so badly. It's so cute, and you got the little army men as well. Oh. It's wonderful from start to finish.
It's meh.
It's
meh. Maybe when I have to watch it again so I can like it better.
Toy Story.
I don't think I've watched it since I was a kid. I've watched Toy Story 3. We watched. I was gonna say we watched Toy Story 4 together, but we didn't.
We didn't.
I went with Tim and Toby.
Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. So Toy Story 1 and 2 were masterpieces. Toy Story 3 was very, very good. So it's just one step below masterpiece, and Toy Story 4 was
I liked Toy Story 4. I thought it was fun.
Toy Story 4 is a bit meh because the main characters I adore weren't in it that much.
Which are
Rex,
Mr.
Potato Head. Well, which is understandable because the voice actor who played him died.
Yeah.
Which is completely understandable, and I miss it. So Toy Story 4. So you've got Rex, who wasn't in it very much. And then Slinky as well. I love Slinky. He's so adorable.
He's okay.
And then Toy Story 2, when you have the scene where they walk across the road and they're all traffic cones, and then Slinky has to...
Toy Story 2 is like, I barely remember anything from it. I know that I've seen it, but I barely remember any of it.
So there was a scene where they had to get to Al's Toy Barn from the... He literally lived across the road. So he had his apartment, and then across the road has Al's Toy Barn, which... not to get too complicated, but the person who stole Woody lived. So they went to Al's Toy Barn, and there was a scene where they had to cross the road, and there was a shitload of traffic.
Oh, then they'll go under the traffic cones?
And they're all under a traffic cone, and it was so cute when Slinky had to have 2 traffic cones, and it's just a metal string in the middle.
That doesn't really make sense, though.
It does.
Couldn't you just fit underneath one?
Nope.
Could have.
And plus, it's cute because he has 2 traffic cones that are following each other. And Oh my god, it is so wonderful, and I love it so much. I don't know why you don't. It's.
I just don't care about Toy Story that much. I guess.
My god, and then you have like, Jessie and Woody. It's. I love it. Granted, yes. One thing I will say, yes, every character is based on a complete fucking stereotype.
I guess.
But I don't fucking care. Because Toy Story wins.
No.
And I want them to make a pizza planet in the UK. I would go there.
I would probably have shitty pizza though.
I mean, it would be if they made ham or pineapple pizza.
I like ham and pineapple pizza. Hawaiian pizza.
You're wrong.
I think it's good.
So, Toy Story for me, and then
I think my favorite movie,
Lion King is also good.
I don't like Lion King. My favorite movie from my childhood is The Little Mermaid, and it's still one of my favorite movies. Excuse me? It's amazing. It began the Disney Renaissance. It has adorable fish. It has Sebastian. It has great music, which Lion King only has one good song. It's just good.
I beg to differ.
It's so good.
Toy Story has multiple good songs.
No, it doesn't.
And it also allows you to sit there as an adult in the movie theaters and cry and not feel sad.
Oh. Little Mermaid makes me happy. It has great songs. The animation is beautiful.
I'm not saying Little Mermaid's bad, by the way. It's just you triggered me about Toy Story. So anything you say amazing is about
Little
it.
Mermaid is beautiful. It's amazing. Ariel's hair, it's great. Sebastian is amazing.
One question: Is it? Will you watch it now and still think it's amazing, or would you look back and would you watch it now and go, okay, it was good, but I only like it because X, Y, and Z nostalgia, or is it a bit of both?
I mean, nostalgia makes a huge influence, so I still like it, but I do still think it's amazing. If I had to pick like a movie from Disney, especially like Renaissance Disney to watch, I would still pick The Little Mermaid. I just like it so much.
It's good.
It's amazing. I love it.
This entire podcast is going to be me being triggered.
Sure.
I haven't got...
Her dad's like hard on her. We can see where he's coming from, even if he's still a dick sometimes. She's a 16-year-old making like irrational decisions about a crush that she has. And sure, like the moral of the story, like they get married at the end, which is she's still 16.
And then are they going to make a remake of it?
They are, yes. And that's probably going to be crap.
Okay, let's talk about remakes.
No.
Let's talk about remakes.
No.
Okay, so how was Dumbo Remake? Was it good? It was good, right?
No, let's focus on the...
Aladdin was good, wasn't it?
No, it
Lion King was brilliant.
It was disgusting.
But
yeah.
The genie in Aladdin 2019 was great, wasn't it?
Stop.
See? I'm trying to trigger you because you've offended me.
How have I offended you by saying my opinion?
Because this is the internet.
No.
But yeah.
Also, Under the Sea is such a great song.
Yeah, okay, I do rate that. That's good.
It's so good. Ursula's a great villain. She's amazing. She was based off a drag queen. It's so good. Also, she was going to be like on the deleted scene. She was King Triton's sister, which would have made the story even better. I think. It's amazing.
So one thing we can agree on.
Yes.
Disney is basically childhood.
Mm-hmm.
With one exception for me, but mostly Disney.
I mean, yeah, because then after that, I think it was Aladdin. I really liked Aladdin.
Yeah, so did I. I think the way that Will Smith took over the role was very good.
Stop bringing up the remakes. Please.
But the Aladdin, in terms of... Okay, in Aladdin, who's your favourite actor in Aladdin? As in voice actor?
I mean, it has to be like Robin Williams, like the genie.
Good. We're on the same page there, at least.
Also because I don't know any of the other voice actors. You only know, like, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. He
was great.
He's
like
just amazing.
Some of the jokes, like, didn't age super well. Like, in a Friend Like Me, what does it say? It was, like, super 90s. I'm in a mood to help you, dude. It's like, that's so 90s. But it kind of works.
It works because the movie's just so lovable and so adorable that we're like, it's one. Do you know what that type of thing just reminds me of, like, do you know that weird uncle that, like, he tries to be cool, but it just fails every time, and you're just like, oh, that's cool. That uncle. Neither did I, but it's just based off movies.
Yeah.
Because if it was based on one of my uncles, it would be like, oh, okay. So Robin Williams, it was very depressing. Okay, we're not going into this. But yeah, so we got...
Stop bringing down this podcast. I'm trying to, like...
We're trying to bring...
nostalgic and happy, and you keep bringing it down. Stop it.
Can I put a bowl on your head?
Stop it. Please.
You could carry a lot in that bowl.
Stop it, Mitchell. I've tried to move on past it.
Because you never had a friend like me. Bam. Moving on. So... I
hate you.
What was your childhood memories of watching these movies?
I had a TV on my room, so weekend mornings on my bed.
You were allowed to have a TV in your room?
Yeah, I had a TV in my room.
And your parents trusted you not to sit up until like 3 o'clock in the morning watching shit on TV?
Yeah. I was a very good kid.
I mean, I'm glad to hear. Because I wasn't, so I'm glad to hear. I was a terrible kid. I wasn't allowed TV in my room.
Really? Yeah, I had a TV in my room. I still have a TV in my room.
I wasn't allowed a TV in my room. It wasn't until I got a PSP did I even could even watch anything in my room outside of using my Nokia to play Snake. To be fair, I rate Snake. That's a good... And then I think I remember downloading... what was it? There was some like dubstep music that I remember downloading like when I was really young and listened to on my phone.
Did dubstep even exist?
Well, it's like some house music that like feels like Tarantula or like some Pendulum shit that was downloaded on my phone, and I ended up listening to it because I thought it was really cool.
No.
Yeah.
I
was a weird kid.
Disney.
What do you expect?
No.
And then you just sat there watching Toy Story, getting frustrated because you don't like it.
No, let's just put Little Mermaid instead.
And then many, many years later, you do a podcast and you just disappointed, Rita.
You're disappointed.
You literally could just lie and just say Toy Story was great, and then everything in the world just lines and it's amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of Lion King, you're trying. I also don't like Lion King. But I like Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. I had the VHS. Why are you covering your face? I had the VHS and I liked it more than the first one. Just saying.
Okay, that's fair.
I like the music more. That one, looking back to it, it's a bad movie. It really is.
So
it's not better than the first one.
So you loved the first one and you adored the second one, right?
No, I saw the first one was meh. And I really liked the second one. But looking back, like, the second one is pretty bad. And it's not better than the first one. Although, like, Be Prepared is like one of the best villain songs of all time. Hakuna Matata is fun, but it's like, it gets boring after you hear it 3 times. Circle of Life, great song.
I'm not going to comment on Lion King because...
Why?
Because it's
a good movie.
No, this is what I mean. It's like, it's my childhood. And so I can't say anything, but it was just wonderful. Like, I remembered I had the VHS.
I did too.
And then when I think, was it the VHS or the DVD? I can't remember which one was like, for a limited time only, it's coming out the Disney Vault. And then you're just going to kind of, we had to quickly buy it for Christmas one year.
And then it came out again next year.
Yes.
No, I had this.
Do you remember when?
VHS.
I don't know. Do you remember when Disney? I think we're too young at the time. But do you remember when they would say, "Hey, this Disney movie you can't get anywhere, but now, buy it now," and then you'd buy it, and then 2 or 3 years later, it'll come back out again as vaulted or coming out the vault, and it would be stupidly expensive all the fucking time. Did you ever watch one of my childhood movies? Definitely was Monsters Inc.
I have, yes. I also thought it was nice.
Oh no!
Like
3 out of 3. There it goes.
The thing with Pixar is that I enjoy Disney much more than Pixar.
Pixar is Disney. Pixar is
they're
Disney.
different studios.
No.
Pixar is owned by Disney, but they're separate animation studios. And I only like a select few of Pixar.
The only thing I would say about Disney's and Disney's ownership is Star Wars is not Disney.
Yes.
And
yes,
Pixar
it is.
And Pixar is Disney to me.
Well, they're both owned by Disney.
Yeah. But Star Wars will never be Disney. Ever. It's Lucasfilms.
Which is owned by Disney.
Yeah, but I don't care.
And Pixar is owned by Disney, but it's not Disney.
Yeah, but...
They're separate animation studios.
Yeah, that's...
different things.
Yeah, but they're both Disney to me, but to me, Star Wars will never be Disney.
No, to me they're separate.
But Monsters Inc. was great. Monsters Inc. was phenomenal.
I also had the VHS. Do I? Yes. Yes, I do.
So, what do you remember about it? Apart from the actual, not the actual movie itself, but watching it when you were younger.
I know I've watched it. I'm pretty sure I have the VHS. I don't have any, memories tied to it. It's I don't, I can definitely recall me sitting in bed watching The Little Mermaid. She's great. Amazing. I don't have that for Monsters Inc. I know I've seen it. I know I have the VHS. But, there's no, clear memory of me watching it somewhere.
What year did Monsters Inc. actually come out?
2002 or 3? 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Although it's not to do with the actual movie itself, where it kind of is, but I remember back in 2003 when we went Disney World, having so many pictures of all the characters and the casts and things, and I still remember it to this day. We had a picture with Sully, and they had the door behind it and everything. It was one of those things where it was just talking about childhood and full stop. I think every child should get taken to Disney.
I've never been to Disney.
We're gonna rectify that. We're gonna rectify that. Just so I can take you to Toy Story Land.
Sure.
Yes. So, I think every child has to watch Disney movies, including Pixar. And then they need to be taken to Disneyland or Disneyland Paris. One I haven't been, but they need to be taken to a Disney theme park.
Yeah, fair.
Which I think if you've been to Disney World and you've watched the movies, it just makes them more memorable, if you know what I mean. Because I don't know why,
Maybe.
but it makes it more real, if you know what I mean. Because I remember having the pictures with Sully, Woody, and I think Jessie. And they're like etched into my brain, and that's why if someone says to me, "Oh, by the way, they're terrible," and I go, "Triggered."
Could also be then that I saw Toy Story in Portuguese. Maybe it's better in English. Maybe.
That's the question. Is it?
Maybe.
Is it? When you were younger, like,
Yes.
did you listen to? Was it like the English version or
No.
the Portuguese version?
Portuguese version.
And were they?
The Brazilian one.
So did you hear? Was it subtitles or dubs?
No, it's
or...
dubbed.
God,
I
that
was a kid.
that must be so terrible.
It's not.
Oh my
Like,
god.
my nostalgia is, like, mangled. Because, like, I know I've seen it in Portuguese, but, like, when I remember the songs are in English.
Like,
So it's mangled. And I ruined my VHS tape of the Little Mermaid. Unfortunately, I don't know how or why, but yeah. Yeah, all of the VHSs. It's Portugal. It's for kids. Why would it be in English?
I could
Not
not.
like the DVD where you could select the languages.
I couldn't imagine. For example, like Wallace Shawn as Rex, and then having another person play the character. It's not.
I mean, we're going to
How?
Portugal in 2 weeks. I can show you. I still have a VHS player. I think I have Toy Story in VHS.
We're
pretty
okay,
sure
we'll
I
watch it, and
Yeah.
then. Okay, I know you won't need to put subtitles on because I know most of the words, so that's fine.
Also, because VHS don't have subtitles.
Oh my god, gotta love VHS. Gotta love VHS.
No, yeah, like, why would they put them in English when it's for your, like, 5-year-old who doesn't know how to read
So they can learn to read.
from a Disney tape?
Yeah.
Which is, like, I would have to check, but I remember it. Because here's the thing. Portugal is a very small country, and we get things very, like, not now as much, because the internet, and, like, in the 90s,
You have
things...
internet?
Shut up.
Are you sure?
They were, like...
Have you got dial-up?
Things came in definitely later, because, like, I distinctly remember, Under the Sea in Portuguese. I remember it. Not as much anymore, unfortunately, but I do remember it. And then years later, when I had Disney Channel, they would... You know how Disney Channel, like, plays, like, Disney songs sometimes or whatever? They play the Portuguese version.
Wasn't
and
Disney
it was
Channel
different.
the one that they put, like...
I think it was Disney Channel.
Oh, what's the girl's name that was super popular, like, during the early 2000s, and then she turned into, like, a super movie star?
Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, that's the one. Is that the same person? Was it Miley Cyrus or was on the Disney Channel? It was, wasn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Oh my god, Hannah Montana. Oh my god.
So they would play sometimes, like, music from, like, old Disney movies. And they play it Under the Sea in Portuguese. And I wait a minute. This is different. And that's when I realized that my VHS is, like, the Brazilian Portuguese version. So everyone has, like, a slight accent. And the lyrics of the song is different. So the one that I remember from my childhood was the Brazilian Portuguese version. And there's a Portuguese version, which I hate because it doesn't sound like my memories at all. No, it has to be the Brazilian one.
To be fair, it does actually sound quite cool. As in,
Yeah,
the voice so the voice actors actually sound quite similar.
I mean, in a way, because, like, Sebastian in the English version has, like, a Jamaican accent. Right? It is Jamaican, isn't it? I think so.
You're just being racist.
How am I being racist? Stop it.
We're going to get so many comments on this episode.
No, wait, one. Nobody's saying this. Let's be honest.
I mean, if someone posts up on Reddit, they'll probably see it.
So, like...
No, copyright.
That's an ad. So, like, I have different memories. I had, like, this clash of my childhood with, like, wait a minute, that's different. That should be the same, but it's not, it's different. Which is quite... Because if you listen close, you probably can tell. Can you hear the difference?
That sounds terrible.
That's what I remember. Stop. That's what I remember. Like, that's clearly different from the one you just... Like, his voice is deeper. His accent is different.
That sounds terrible.
I like it, though. Like, to me, I like that more than that one, because it's what I remember from my childhood.
But then
they're both Portuguese, which is so different.
What about the English version? Like, would you say that's better than Portuguese or...
I mean, I have the strong belief that the original is always better. Because when you translate it, you lose something. You always lose something. Until
they remake it and then makes it better.
I guess.
No, I mean, live action remake.
Yeah.
It makes it so much better.
I got it.
You sure?
Stop.
You've got a pop vinyl from the remake. How do you feel?
Because Tim gave it to me on my birthday. Tim hates me, clearly.
Yeah, well, Tim doesn't turn up, so he must hate us. He really just doesn't like us. Or the fact there's no room to put a Tim in here. There really isn't a room to put a Tim.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Yeah,
like, there's, like, weird contracts between...
The English version, the Portuguese version...
Because, like, all the titles are in Portuguese. So, like...
How many different languages are there of it?
I don't know. Hundreds, I guess. I don't know.
It's Disney. It's probably in every single fucking country in the world. North Korea has a version of Little Mermaid, and it's like 10 minutes long.
To me, The Little Mermaid wasn't The Little Mermaid till, like, I learned English. When I was, like, 10, 12. It was Pequena Sereia. And The Lion King was O Rei Leão. And the way you learned Portuguese Snow White was Branca de Neve e os Sete Anões.
And the way you learned English it's very strange. You learned it via American TV shows. Like, that's so weird.
No, I had English at school, but it was very basic. But yeah, I learned a lot of my English from watching Grey's Anatomy without subtitles.
And
Grey's Anatomy for the win.
And
the first thing that I did when I started learning English was looking for the English version of The Little Mermaid, because I wanted to see it in the original version. And
because you've learned it through American TV shows.
Yes.
You say the Americanisms of everything,
yeah.
And it's infected me, and I don't like it.
I mean, I have like a Americanish accent.
Yeah, you do.
Which is
and it's more
like the British accent is a better accent. Just saying.
Well, I don't know.
But
have you? Because the American accent's so much better for sports. Because yeah. Because when you hear like an English person covering football, it's so much better in American.
I guess. I mean, I'm used to Portuguese people covering.
It's because it's more relevant, because when you have a touchdown, it's better to hear it in American than in English.
I should have seen that coming. I should have seen it coming. Mike, stop. Another Disney movie that I really like, but it's Branca de Neve e os Sete Anões, which is
fuck knows.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is like the first.
Oh yeah, that's like no. There's nothing for my. I hadn't.
It's a really long title. You should have gotten.
I haven't seen Snow White.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
For I think I watched like half of it on one Boxing Day.
It's clearly like a movie from the 30s. That's for sure. But like, just because it is the first animated feature length movie, so I think everyone that likes animation should see it at least once.
No, do you know when the last time I watched half of it was when I was doing my research for my animation degree.
Nice.
And even today it stands up fucking well.
It looks good.
It looks so good.
The story is not great. Like, let's not kid ourselves, but like it looks amazing. for what it is, like if you look into the story of how Walt Disney made it, how he had to fight to have it made.
Did you watch that documentary I linked? The BBC one on Walt Disney.
I don't think so. No.
Watch it.
Sorry.
When you watch it, you'll have so much more respect for Walt Disney. He's a legend of our time. Of their time.
I don't know where I watched it. I think I was from like the bonus from Snow White, like Blu-ray, where he literally like to keep having funding for the movie. He went in and because they didn't have some scenes like made yet, he would act out the scenes for like the investors, so would they keep investing money, which is like amazing.
No, that's half true.
Is it?
I
could be like telling the story wrong.
You've got all the right pieces in the wrong order.
Do I?
He didn't trust anyone else to do the pitches.
Yeah.
And he didn't trust anyone else to do the movements that he wanted, so he just did them himself.
Fair.
He was kind of like, well, he knew what he wanted and how he wanted to do it, so he would just show people and act it out himself because no one else understood what he wanted to do. So there's videos of him doing all the voices, and like I don't know if there's a video of him actually performing, but there's pictures of him in front of people demonstrating how he wanted all the action and animations to work. And the story about Disneyland, about the building of Disneyland, and he was such a perfectionist. For example, on Main Street, you've got I can't remember what it's called, but it's when you look down Main Street, you've got at one side you've got the castle, and the other side you've got like a little hut.
Yeah.
He was such a perfectionist. So he made them move before it opened a couple of inches one way, so that when you look through it, it's perfectly straight. As in, he would turn up and say, "I want that tree moved," and he will get that. That's how much of a perfectionist he was. So when you look back at Snow White, even today, it looks so good. It looks so good.
It's It took 5 years to make it, I think.
Yeah. And they had thousands.
And nobody
of people.
thought it would like make any money, because like
I think there was
people only thought like people don't want to watch cartoons for an hour. That's stupid.
And I think
turns out they did.
His goal with that movie was simple. Can he make someone cry over an animation? And
I've heard, like, I don't know if it's true, but I remember hearing stories about like when she's going through the forest, that like people were like so scared they peed, and like in the theater they peed themselves.
I mean,
I don't know if that's true, but I heard that story.
Back then, animation was so, all it was either extreme comedy where you couldn't actually do it in real life, so it's all just funny, or it was just like super dark and depressing. So now when they released that, it was something so new, and he was so ahead of his time that you can watch it now and go, it's still amazing.
Yeah.
So when it's very similar, like Toy Story, it was when that first came out, it blew everyone away, because here is a computer animated program, computer animated movie.
There are some things from like Toy Story's animation that don't hold up. Like the humans look really bad. The dog looks horrible. Yeah,
but then you've got the main characters still look good.
Well, yeah,
and that's like the most of the.
But like we're like story. In Snow White, but then the story doesn't hold up as much.
No.
But the animation, all of it still looks fucking amazing. It's a very 40s animation, it's not like something modern, but it still looks really good. Well,
then you have something like Fantasia, which...
I also have in VHS, and I never watched it in VHS.
The stories, again...
because it scared me when I was a kid.
And the story, again, is a bit ropey.
Well, Fantasia doesn't have much of a story. It's not... Except for a few shorts here and there. It's not story based. It's basically just let's do amazing animation to amazing music and put some story here and there.
And it didn't work out very well back in the day.
People didn't get it.
But now,
which is fair.
And now you look at it and go, this is stunning.
Yeah.
And then when they do I can't remember the exact what it's called, but they do I think it's called Fantasmica or something in Disney World.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. They use like water to show all the beautiful lights and all the colours and Mickey and oh my god, it's wonderful. And I think for me, like my childhood is a mixture of Disneyland and the movies put together. So it's nice to hear a perspective of someone who has only got one side of it, which is great.
My side is just movies.
Yeah.
My parents hated me, so they never took me to Disneyland.
That's quite sad.
That's not true.
That's not true. No, the only reason I got taken to first time we got taken to Disneyland is because by the time we went in 2003, I was 6. Was because our family friend also wanted to go as well.
Yeah. And
he looks like an American. I'll let that.
Okay.
If you think of like a stereotypical American, yes, that looked like him.
Okay.
He looked like a shopping trolley. But he was really nice. And so we went to Florida, and I was at the perfect age.
Yeah.
And then I went again in 2007, and it was like my 10th birthday. And even then, that was the reason why I'm so childish today, because I loved it so much. And it's like happiness and beautifulness and Toy Story.
Not great. Another movie that's not as incredibly great. It's not good. It's alright. But I still liked it.
Mm.
And liked the songs. Pocahontas. Like, again, looking back, it's not a great movie. It's like, it was started the decline in quality for Disney animation in some ways.
Was it because they were just rushed to get things out the door to make money?
I don't think so. Just apparently, like, they had a shit ton of, like, so they made Lion King and Pocahontas around the same time. And the A-team was on Pocahontas because they thought that would be the better movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the B-team were on The Lion King because they thought it was, like, the shittiest one. Or, like, not the shittiest one, but, like,
it turned out one of the best movies.
Pocahontas is definitely better than The Lion King, for sure. And then it turned out Lion King is better than Pocahontas.
And not only that, Lion King's one of the best movies of all time.
Fair-ish. But, like, her character, it's bland. I'm just looking out the window, thinking about it. But it's
well,
she doesn't have
you're
a
looking
personality.
out the window to the sky, and I'm just looking at spoons.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a personality.
Spoons.
I like the songs, "Colors of the Wind." I used to know the whole song. I don't know anymore, but I used to know all of it. And yeah, I mean the animation's still good. I really liked what they did with
Still
some
holds
of
up.
it.
Still definitely holds up.
She has no personality, unfortunately.
Which is kind of weird because Disney movies are renowned for their
quirky characters. Like, everyone, like, the Disney princesses, they have a lot of flaws. But, like, most of them have...
So why... Like, how comes they have a lot of flaws?
Because, like, their love story is, like, complete bullshit.
In what regard?
They, like, take 3 days, I'm in love with you. Let's get married.
Isn't that how it always happens? Always happens. Yeah. And then and then they end, and then example, they didn't show 3 days later going through the divorce stage.
Like, Little Mermaid, like, a very valid criticism to it is that she meets a guy, and then, like, she immediately trades her voice for, like, to make herself better for him. Which is a genuinely concern. but I still love it because
It's
they
like,
do. That's the thing.
If you are this person, please don't. It's not good. It's not healthy.
Yeah, but one thing that like in other movies, like with Snow White definitely didn't do that. Cinderella also didn't do that. Or Sleeping Beauty is like they do spend. It's very little time, but to be fair, they do spend time. You see them spending time together.
Yeah.
Like getting to know each other. It's only 3 days, which is still so soon, but like at that point, that was like a huge improvement. And then get married, but they don't specify when, so it could be 2 years from like when they got to know each other. Technically, like,
and that's a life lesson. Please don't do it the opposite way. Normally, what you do is you meet someone for a few years, then get married. Don't get married and then decide whilst you're planning your wedding. Is this person the person that I want to waste like all my life, or am I gonna wait a little bit? It's a life lesson for you.
They like meet in 3 days, and like she sees him once, like I'm so in love,
and it's like, and I'm done.
But like I'm pretty sure they don't specify when the wedding is. Not like a week later and they're getting married. A
few moments later.
Yeah, I don't think they say a time when. So like technically, the wedding at the end of the movie could be 2 years later. I think. I'm pretty sure they don't say a time.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Like so, it could
be any time.
Yeah.
But okay, my question, I was like, this is off topic but on topic, and then you'll probably think, oh fucking hell, here I. What movies did you watch as a kid that aren't kids' movies but are your favourite movies?
I don't think I watched any. Like.
So any movies you watched as a child that you shouldn't have really watched, but that you just fell in love with?
I don't remember watching anything. I don't know, did you have a movie like that?
Yeah.
Which is?
Well, bearing in mind it came out in 2004, so I was a little bit older, but this was still when I was young.
I would say our childhood was like till 10. Before like it hit puberty. So
that means that I'd still be under 10, which is fine. Shaun of Dead.
Okay. No, I don't remember seeing movies like that.
I still remember where I got it from.
Yeah.
It wasn't a genuine copy.
Of course it wasn't.
At my local town, there was a car boot that was selling DVDs. And they were like, hey, as you walked in, if you walked in, turn to your left.
Yeah.
They just had loads of DVDs there. Mm-hmm. And they just had them written on a white disc with the name of the movie. And then you get in a little plastic sleeve, and you used to buy them for like 4 for a tenner or something.
Yeah.
And so I got this weird copy of Shaun of the Dead, which I still remember because at the end, some of the bits at the end, well, definitely at the end, people got up and walked out.
Oh, it's like just a recording in the cinema. Oh my god.
And so wow. Yeah. And then halfway through, there's a scene where which one was it? There was a couple, but the most iconic one was when Shaun was walking for the first time to the shop. A guy literally stood up, checked his watch, and then walked out. And so,
yeah,
forevermore, I was like, okay. And then it then became my favourite movie of all time. So much so, when I was younger, I watched it almost every other day.
Yeah.
And I could quote you every single line from that movie.
I mean, something that technically isn't for kids I did watch was a TV series, which was Grey's Anatomy.
We're not doing TV series. So
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But like, movies, I don't remember watching something that like, it's definitely not for you.
Because if it's childhood TV shows, we could probably both list about 1,000 TV shows. Number one is Doctor Who. Then I had.
That's for kids. It's Doctor Who for kids.
No, it's for families, for the whole family. Well, we'll find out when we do our documentary coming soon.
Don't listen to that.
Hey,
yes,
we've got to start plugging some of our stuff that we're making, probably making probably not making.
Another
Plan
movie,
to make, but then give up halfway through.
Another movie that I really liked as a kid was Barbie and the Nutcracker.
I hate Barbie.
And I didn't have DVDs. I had my cousin / nanny. She recorded it from like a TV.
When you say cousin / nanny, that just sounds...
She was my nanny. And also she's my cousin.
Explaining that, in my mind, the first thing that came to my mind was like, okay, you were a drug dealer?
What?
Yeah, then you describe someone as two things. Yeah, my best friend and my dealer. It's my auntie and my nanny.
She was my nanny, but she's also my cousin.
So it's more... So you mean she was your auntie that looked after you?
Yeah, but she was also my nanny.
Okay.
She was paid for it.
Okay. She done well out of that.
Yeah.
That's good.
She's family though.
So she got family discount.
She got family discount.
I mean...
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I have like really old... I think I still have it. And there's like really old ads from like around Christmas. Portuguese ads, so like between it. It's actually pretty fun.
Did you have Toys R Us in Portugal?
We do, but not near where I am. So
did you ever? Did you ever see the adverts?
I don't think there were adverts for it. I don't remember. So we have. I remember having adverts for like toys and board games and stuff.
So you weren't ever a Toys R Us kid?
No, I don't remember like having ads for the store. I don't think we had that. Else I don't remember it.
You weren't a Toys R Us kid?
I wasn't a Toys R Us kid.
Aww. There was an advert that was like, if you shopped at Toys R Us, you are now one of the select Toys R Us kids. Kids will never know and never become a Toys R Us kid.
No. Why? Yeah. Let's move. Like, I would have to go back to see how good it actually is, but I'm gonna guess it's not that good. But I do remember watching it. Barbie and the Nutcracker.
Fucking Barbie, so terrible.
Barbie's not terrible.
Barbie is terrible.
The Barbie is not terrible.
They released a Doctor Who Barbie and it was fucking terrible.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I just don't like Barbie. Okay.
I mean, I didn't love Barbie. I had Barbies. That's for another episode. But like, I didn't hate it.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Do, yeah. No. Whenever that song came on your like school disco, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
But yeah, like, but it was an entertaining movie because she like, I don't know if it's real enough, like a dream sequence, or like she's on drugs. She shrinks.
Was this your nanny?
Yes.
Okay, fair.
No, Barbie, like she shrinks and then she goes to like Nutcracker land. I don't know how it's called.
Are you sure you're okay? So your nanny was a Barbie who was a drug dealer?
Yes.
Okay, fair.
And the Nutcracker like saves her, and then she's also a ballet dancer, and then they dance at the end, and he's a prince, and it was a curse, and like something like that.
It's like.
And the animation is like pretty bad.
This is like stereotype roulette. It's like, how many stereotypes can we get in a movie? Tick, tick,
you know,
tick,
the
tick.
Nutcracker is a ballet, right?
Yeah. That ticks another one off the list. Another stereotype.
What stereotype?
It's like, hey, let's chuck every male, female stereotype in. Yeah, by the sounds of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like it. I don't like Barbie. It just triggers me.
Yeah, I like that. Also, I do like the first Pixar movie that I like. It is the first movie that I remember seeing in cinema.
Okay.
Finding Nemo.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Please
tell me you like it. Hold on, please tell me you like it. Please tell me you like it.
I do like Finding Nemo.
Yes! Good.
We were at 7 when it came out? Came out in 2004.
If people don't realise when we say we were 7, it's because we were born on the exact same day and year and month.
Yes, we're twins.
We are twins.
And, yeah.
That got awkward real quick.
Yeah, we're twins, but like he went to Disneyland and I was abandoned in Portugal.
I mean, I wish I was abandoned in Disneyland. Actually, what would happen if you take yourself to Disneyland and abandon yourself there? You just get kicked out.
Probably.
Oh, I feel bad. I was just going to take you to Disneyland and just leave you there and then make the podcast just me and Tim.
And then Tim would be abducted and the podcast would be just you.
No, it'd be one podcast a month. And it would just be me standing there talking to him whilst he's at work.
Yeah. But yeah, Finding Nemo was like the first movie I remember going to see in the cinema. And then my parents got me like also bootleg like DVD that didn't work. Was it a local car boot sale? Did you walk in, turn to your left and get a dodgy DVD? Something like that, yeah. Except it didn't work like at all. We never got it to work.
So you only listened to it in Portuguese?
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
I've seen it in English instead. But yeah, it's the first time that I saw it. It was in Portuguese.
It's weird.
It's not weird.
Finding Nemo is like a trippy movie to start off with.
Nemo.
That movie, by the sounds of it, is probably the best movie to watch when you're high. Watch it in Portuguese.
When you're high. That's a
good idea.
No.
And you said drugs are legal in Portugal. This sounds like
They're not legal.
So this sounds like
you just don't go to prison. You go to like a rehab. They take care of you. They try to like get you off drugs and help you rather than just run in prison. Yeah,
but then if they try to get help for me, I'd probably get thrown in prison for like being a weird guy who likes. No, you'll be the one to be chucked into prison for being a weird guy because.
Why?
Purely because you don't like Toy Story.
Yeah, sure.
They're like on the assessment sheet. One of the questions is, so out of these three movies, what is the best childhood movie? And whoever doesn't tick Toy Story. In you go, mate.
What are the two other options?
Two other options is Barbie.
Which Barbie? There are several Barbie movies.
Just option number one is Barbie. And option number two is Finding Nemo in Portuguese. Because if you tick that, then they know you're a druggie.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also, another word. Nostalgia film.
What is wrong with my fucking brain?
I don't know. I had The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
Okay.
But not the first one. So I saw the second one several times in Portuguese, which is like, it's a bad movie. The animation's bad, the story, everything's bad about it. But I didn't see the first one till way later.
Is there a movie that you wish you saw as a kid?
Like VHS or like in cinema?
No, let's take a movie that was around that time that you wish you saw. I know what my number one would be. Emperor's New Groove.
I did see that as a kid.
I would have loved to have seen it as a kid. Even as an adult, I fucking loved it.
I saw it as a kid. I saw the 2 as a kid also.
Now that's a movie to watch when you're high.
I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. Another movie that I watched as a kid I really liked.
When you were high.
No. What's the name of it? I completely blanked. Yeah, Basil and the Mouse Detective.
What?
The Great Mouse Detective. Have you not seen this movie?
No.
It's so good. It's really good.
What's the number one in the Disney Classics collection?
26.
So what's number one?
Number one is Snow White.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it came out.
Please tell me they're all in Blu-ray and not some DVD, some Blu-ray, because that would trigger me.
What?
Are all your Disney collection ones in Blu-ray?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. And I have several of them twice because I bought the big Disney collection.
That is such a bargain.
It is. I made I didn't have the complete Disney collection, so I went out and researched, and if I want to buy all of the movies that I needed, it would cost me just as much as the whole collection. And
with the whole collection,
I just bought the whole collection, and it comes in a nice book. But yeah, I don't know.
Ghost Shell.
Which movie? Oh, the Beauty and the Beast. I didn't watch Beauty and the Beast as a kid. I watched it older. I was older.
And
although the first time I watched it was in Portuguese. But I was older. I wasn't a kid anymore.
I mean...
I had to be like 14, I think. 13 or 14. So I was a teenager. Edgy teenager, no. Yeah,
edgy teenager.
Beauty and the Beast, which I have it also here, which is stuck to something else.
It sounded like it hadn't been opened.
No, it's just stuck to like a sleeve of the Little Mermaid.
Please tell me that comes in a sleeve.
No. What?
Oh, it's a smaller Blu-ray.
Yeah, the Blu-rays in Portugal are like slim.
That is
I don't know why.
That is so strange.
You want to read it? It's like stuck. I don't know why.
Like, I'm looking at it at the moment. So the Blu-ray in the Portuguese Blu-rays are thinner.
They are. I don't know why, but they are.
There's a tag thing at the bottom of it that says
what tag?
1981 to 2014.
Oh, that's not. No, that's the number, the register number.
Why do you have to have them registered, or what? Or is that just for
know,
like?
It's like copyright thing, I think. Because like I have another one, which it also has it. I think it has to do with copyright. So you can't.
What does that say? Like, what's that? 1542 to 15. I don't know.
I think that's just a register. It was registered in 2015. That's the number.
And then what's inside? So do you not have like the?
Yeah.
So they don't have like the inserts either.
The what? What inserts?
So do you know in DVDs you get a little piece of paper here?
Oh, not all of them. There's some like English DVDs that don't have Blu-rays that don't have that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. But no.
And that's really annoying because do you know what it is? Back at like it used to have like some backstory or like a little booklet.
Almost just had like ads.
Or actually,
go see this.
Do you remember the like the PlayStation 2 games? You'd have inside. You'd have a little booklet to tell you like, hey,
in the manual.
Well, yeah, and you'd have like all your controls and stuff. I like that. And then everyone used to, including myself, used to get out and then just kind of draw all over it and put penises on it and be really funny. Or was that just me?
Sure, I'm sure that's just you.
Or everyone had a GTA a game box that had the cheat codes inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very strange because it is a lot smaller. And I'm trying to read it and I have no idea. I'm not. No.
Say the title then. Try and say the title.
Bella e Monstro.
Bella e o Monstro.
Okay, that's fine.
Beauty and the Beast.
It's not even like lined up properly.
It's not, no. But that's like the English ones also do that. Kind of. What are you doing? It's trying to line up the thing.
Do you know
paper
the Doctor Who DVDs, right?
Yeah.
Because they took so long to come out, some had the old BBC logo.
Yeah. Some
had the 2 Entertain logo, which was a distributor, and some had a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
So for the first few years, it was all kind of mismatched, and fans got triggered so much that they sent messages to Entertain to say, I'm not buying anything more unless you make it so a flip round, so a double-sided of the what are they called?
Not sleeves.
The sleeves, yeah, let's say sleeves.
Yeah.
Had so they can all match on your shelf.
Yeah.
So we're so like...
Which is ridiculous.
So anal that every time a DVD comes, the first thing I do is I take the wrapper off, bend it, take it, flip it around and put it in. And then I have to make sure that sometimes the little booklet inside is the wrong way around. So that has to go around the right way and it all has to line up perfectly. So if that was on my shelf, I'd be getting a guillotine out and making it fit. Plus, Portuguese Blu-rays makes more sense because they are smaller, so they take up less room.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, but on the flip side, what is that at the bottom? The little registration
think that has to be
thing.
with copyright, because that says that's not available, like you can't rent it out. That's basically what the green thing says.
So, talking about renting, did you ever used to go to Blockbuster or somewhere and rent out DVDs?
We did not have a Blockbuster.
You didn't have Blockbuster?
No, we did not. We had renting, like, I've used, they don't exist anymore, unfortunately. But yes, I used to go to some, but we did not have Blockbuster.
So your Blockbuster type place.
Yeah.
Do you not have like memories? Like when I was younger, I used to we used to get DVDs of movies or VHSs and go there, and you'd buy stupidly overpriced chocolate and stuff, and then you'd come home, watch your DVD, forget to take it back, get fined for it.
No, that never happened.
No.
We didn't use it as much. I remember like going a couple of times, but like.
So was that not a really? It wasn't a very popular thing back in the day for you.
No, not for me. No.
I think I used to go quite often until we found the car boot sale that like four movies for $10, mate. Don't you worry. Yeah. They're perfectly legit. Okay. And then we'd just end up buying those. And now, to be fair, Netflix is kind of. Netflix
got
amazing.
rid of Blockbuster in America and UK, I guess.
Did you know the story behind Netflix?
No.
Basically, a guy forgot to take back his DVD once, and he got fined for it. So he got so mad he made Netflix.
Sounds about right.
Where you rent it and then you send it back to him.
Yeah. So
you don't have to take it back; you just send it in mail.
You also have to wait for it to get there. Like Netflix at the beginning didn't make any sense.
Well, you'd order you'd order your disc, you'd watch it, you'd rip a copy off it, and you'd send it back.
Yeah, but you had to wait for it to get to you.
Yeah.
I feel like watching a movie tonight. Let me order it and get it 2 days later.
Yeah, but that's better than getting outside.
Yeah, by the time it gets there, like, you lost the will to, like, watch it.
Yeah, and then that's why Netflix said, this is pretty shit. How about we just stream it?
Yeah.
And then...
No, but, like, Netflix at the beginning didn't make much sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, once they got... Well,
once they got streaming, it was fine.
Yeah. It was a great idea, but, like... Do you feel like watching a movie? Mail it, order it, and in 2 days you'll be able to do it. Like, great.
But then also, like, I don't know if you... Because you didn't go to them very often. Blockbuster, with, like, new movies that would come out, they'd be a bit more expensive to rent, but they wouldn't have enough copies, so they would put you on a list to when one gets brought back.
Yeah, they'll call you.
They'll call you, and then you go out and pick up that movie, and they would have a really short period of, like, rental time.
Yeah. So
you'd end up watching it 3 or 4 times and hoping that you watch everything because you know you aren't going to get that. You can't watch it again for a while. So having an order process is probably better.
Yeah, I guess.
And now Netflix, where you just go, I want to watch thing. Oh, wait, Netflix has taken it off again. Like the Grinch.
Did they take...
They took the Grinch off on December the 1st.
That makes sense.
I mean, a Christmas movie, they took it off in December.
I mean, they take it off, I guess, their agreement with, like, the distributor? I don't know. Because they need to, like, buy or, like, have a deal so they have the rights to stream it. And I guess that was finished and they didn't renew it.
What I think they do is they for example, Sky Movies is debuting The Grinch on December the 3rd.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Sky Movies got the rights instead.
Or more likely, if we're honest, they know that people want to watch in December, so if they make it like their agreement from January to November, the 31st, and they say, Netflix, do you want to extend it? This will be 50% more. Yeah. And they turn around and say, nah, fuck that.
And Sky bought it,
and then Sky's like...
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, because Sky only needs to Sky Movies will broadcast it once or twice. So it's not going to cost as much as Netflix, where they say, "Oh, you can watch it as many times as you like."
Isn't Sky also? Oh, Now TV is in part of Sky.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably put on Now TV, which is like the worst streaming service ever.
Yeah, Now TV is also called the Game of Thrones box. It's like everyone.
Does it have Game of Thrones? It's not available.
No, wait. That's the thing. When it went live.
When
it went on Sky Atlantic, where everyone's like, in the store that I worked in, like every other person was getting a Now TV box plus I think it was the Entertainment Pass.
Oh yeah, I got the Entertainment Pass.
Watched it.
And then I was pretty sure I cancelled it, and it turns out I didn't cancel it, so I had to pay an extra month.
You got tricked.
They make it.
You done goofed.
They make it very annoying to like cancel it. It's so annoying.
I mean, didn't you get done over by Amazon Prime again? They're like, click here to do like a year, but then you click through and then
monthly. You need to pay for it annually and then choose it monthly. It's fucking weird.
Yes, because they want you to. They
put the money back.
Yeah, but they want you to do that.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. But yeah,
it's so in terms of like childhood movies, like that's how I remember watching so many movies is going to Blockbuster, my little Blockbuster card. There was a McDonald's next to it, so sometimes during the weekend it'd be like, let's go get a movie, and then you would get a movie, you get some McDonald's, you get a Happy Meal, and you get a little toy in there that you'd throw away and cause loads of plastic problems. But fair.
Now all of my childhood memories of watching movies are VHS tapes, which I still have quite a few of, like stored somewhere.
The crazy thing is, like my household have always been so up to date with technology. So VHSs, we kind of stopped even buying them, before the 2000s.
I mean, most of the VHS were like hand-downs from my brother. But I mean, I guess we probably bought a couple.
Just because they were like cheap or something.
Yeah, thousands. And then, because I didn't buy lots of DVDs, I didn't get into buying like physical movies till later. Because now I have like a pretty big collection of Blu-rays, which I like having all of the movies, like the physical copies. So
you're the same person who calls up the Doctor Who people and say, "Oi, flip it round because it's annoying me." Yes.
Yeah. And but like DVDs that I had before I got into buying like physical copies. I remember having Mulan 2, which is also not a good movie. And Home on the Ranch, which is such a horrible movie.
I was going to say, I've never heard of it.
It's like when Disney was just putting out crap.
Yes, how do we make money? Put out shit.
It's about cows. It's terrible, but I have it somewhere.
Do you know the one film that Karen keeps banging on about, and I don't understand because it's pretty turd? Was what? Pete's Dragon.
The original one, or
yeah,
the remake?
I've
never seen the original one. I saw the remake.
I like weird.
Yeah.
But this is a different type of weird.
I never got into like the live action part of Disney. It was all animation.
Talking about live action, one of my favourite no, it's not Disney. What is it? No, it's not Disney. Is it? I don't know. Was Space Jam.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't have the VHS, but I do remember watching that.
It's such a good movie, right?
It was fun. It was. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good movie, but it was fun. Yeah. I also really liked. I had VHS types of like the Looney Tunes cartoon.
Oh yeah, that was so good.
And I had one which is what was it? It's like an award show for the Looney Tunes. Let me see if I can find the name. Oh, what was it? I had the VHS. It was pretty scratched up. I also had Looney Tunes Back in Action, like the live action movies, which are kind of terrible. Looney Tunes award. Why can I can't remember the name. Shit. Talk. Well, I will look for it. But did you see the Looney Tunes back in action?
I probably did back in the day, but I don't remember.
They are terrible.
But definitely Space Jam. That's the thing. We were a part of a generation where we were watching the hand-me-downs from the 90s.
Yeah.
And not being able to afford the new ones that come out.
Yeah.
So we ended up watching stuff that was like 10 years old and we still loved.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Space Jam, when did that come out?
98?
Let's have a look. Space Jam. That came out in 1997.
Was it?
Yeah, 21st of March 1997 in the UK. But I still remember it when I was young, when I was a kid, watching it and absolutely adoring it. And what else was that? There was so many movies that I think when I was growing up, because like I say, my household has always been so technical. Like we had the first broadband in our area.
Yeah.
We
didn't.
We had surround sound. Like when I was really young, so we had an amazing DVD player, great telly, surround sound that blew up, and that stunk out the house for a few weeks. Yep, I'm telling you, the back right speaker started smelling really weird.
Yeah,
and you can't get rid of one speaker on a surround sound system without it sounding terrible.
Yes,
so we literally just left it there. And
makes sense.
It kept smelling really bad, and then there was a pop one day, and it released loads of smoke, and then it stunk the house out for weeks.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what I was getting to. Yeah, I was getting to something. I can't remember where I lost my train of thought. But we was always so like ahead of technology, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where I was getting to this.
Me neither.
My God.
Yeah, I can't find the name of it. Damn it! But like, it was, I guess technically not a movie, but like it was released as in the VHS tape, and like it was a bunch of Looney Tunes shorts, and they like how they connected it was like they were the awards of something, and they would like present a cartoon and do something awardy between it, and then present another cartoon. And I cannot find how that thing was fucking called.
Oh, that's what I was getting to. Yeah, so we was always so ahead of technology that when we had Sky, like when I think it was B Sky B went to Sky, we was one of my dad was always into watching footballs, so you had to have Sky. Do you know Sky's in like the TV package?
Yes. I know.
So we were one of the only people in our area that had Sky, because we had basically back in the day, if you had a dish on your house, you were fucking balling. So if you had a satellite dish, you were the king. So
I never had a satellite.
So we had a satellite dish, and we had Sky. So Sky Movies was so expensive. So fucking expensive. And I'd always watch random movies all the time just because we had it.
Yeah.
I cannot find it. And so with Sky Movies, they would have Sky Movies 1, 2 and 3, and then on a Friday or Saturday night, they would have these like premiere big movies that they put out like every single week. And then they started introducing things like Film 4, which was like completely free.
Yeah.
But they'd always put older movies because it was cheaper. So we ended up, when I was younger, watching so many random weird movies, like 80s and 90s reject movies.
I never had the patience like watch movies on TV because there's like 500 commercials in between, and I found that so annoying.
Hey, to be fair, I had no choice. The reason why I had no choice was because we had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
No, PS1 and PS2, and we only had 2 TVs in the house. One was in the living room with the Skybox, and one was in the dining room. The one in the dining room was really good at technology, but my mum never wanted to upgrade it. So it was a fucking 17-inch square thing with a antenna on top. It looked terrible, but it was literally just to like put the news on in the morning.
Yeah.
So the PlayStation always had to go into the living room. So I would be playing my PlayStation, and then my mum would want to come in and watch movies, or sorry, like watch something, and then she'd always complain that there's nothing fucking on, and then she'd always say there's so many hundred channels you never find anything to watch. So you'd always end up on some like 90s or 80s like reject movie that hadn't, and then she would always be into that. So I had a choice of sitting in the dining room, freezing my ass off trying to play, I don't know, Gran Turismo, or just being in the living room and watching some weird shit movies.
Weird shit movies.
I don't want to be cold.
I can't. I never could like sit and watch, because like they show 5 minutes of the movie and then like 15 minutes of commercials in Portugal. That's how it feels.
I think that's why they charge so much money in the UK for Sky Movies at the time, because do you know how like the Americans, it's like 10 minutes of viewing, 5 minutes of ads?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
So they would advertise movies coming up for about a minute either side. So you'd end up with like 3.5, 4 minutes of movies. Just enough time to put the kettle on and make yourself a drink.
Yeah,
that's why they made it that time.
No, in Portugal it always feels like they show like 5 minutes of movie, which it's not. They show more, of course, but like it feels like it's 5 minutes of movie, and then 15 minutes.
15 minutes of commercials,
and it's like it's too much. Stop it. Which is why I want to buy Home Alone so I can play it on the TV like low while we're having dinner, Christmas Eve dinner.
Home Alone, what a movie. What an absolute...
Every year on TV on Christmas, my family, we all complain about that. But it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Maybe we'll talk about it some other time. Maybe.
It's almost like you're foreshadowing our excellent planning we've been doing with these podcasts.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I just see into the future.
I don't know about that. I see into the future, we attempt to make a really good documentary, and then it goes really
nowhere.
And it goes nowhere because
sounds about right.
Tim doesn't ever turn up.
Tim has been abducted by aliens.
Tim got abducted by a Doctor Who monster.
Yes, by a Dalek.
By what?
Dalek.
I would love to interview Portuguese people about Doctor Who. That would be amazing.
We could try it. We could try find a Portuguese fan of Doctor Who. Maybe they exist. They do exist.
They're a very rare creature, but they do exist.
Probably, yes.
But if you'd have asked me what my childhood media was, number one for me would be games, because that's what I played. But I would exclude game for this, because we've done a podcast. I think that was episode 1.
About gaming. That was very general, about gaming. We didn't talk just about games that we played.
But if for me, my childhood memories of movies or TV shows or anything like that would have to be Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I think probably Disney. That's what my fondest memories of like watching stuff. It's like Little Mermaid, in my bed. Weekend mornings. It's
almost like you haven't grown up.
I haven't grown up
at all.
Never will.
But yeah. What's the point of being childish what's the point of being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes?
Sure.
You're just like, how did Mitchell make up such a good quote?
Nah, not really, but okay.
And then Rita's like, I know where he got that from.
I don't. Is that from somewhere?
Yes.
Where? Is it Doctor Who? Of course. She was like, yeah, that's okay, movies so from
your movie. Okay.
Do you have more movies from your childhood?
I was about to ask. If there's one quote from a movie that affected you whilst you were growing up, what would it be? Hey, Rita's like, this is a good question, Mitchell.
I don't know.
I know what quote I have of that affecting me as an adult, which was a child's movie.
What is it?
It's the end of Toy Story 3. Where all of them are lined up at Bonnie's place.
Yeah.
And you just have Woody.
And they're about to be killed.
Saying, "So long, partner." And it made me cry profusely.
Oh, God.
Profusely.
Yeah.
It actually broke my heart for weeks.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, it did. As in...
that's fair.
As in, I watch... I'm going to be honest, I still watch it. That's why I don't watch Toy Story 3 very often, because I cry at the end every single time. Toy Story 2, the Jessie scene where she gets, like, left alone.
Yeah.
I still cry. As a 22-year-old, I will watch that now, and I will still be in floods. And that's why I can't watch it very often.
I don't know, I don't think of, like, quotes that, like, inspired me or, like, stuck with me. I don't know, I never looked at a movie like that.
Any TV shows then? Any TV shows that you like, that's a good quote. And that you, like, use throughout your life?
No.
Oh. I wanted to end this podcast on a really upbeat, positive note. And you didn't play ball.
I'm sorry.
I know. You're like a lamp to an eye.
Okay.
#Pixar.
Sucks.
What? We are not ending on Pixar sucks. Pixar is Bay. It's number one.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to wrap up the podcast. It's something
trying
positive.
to wrap up, and you keep trying to.
Yeah, because you said Pixar sucks.
I'm sorry.
Pixar
does not suck. Pixar has great movies. I just don't like Toy Story.
We're not ending it on don't like Toys. Toy Story is the best animated movie of all time.
Disagree.
Pixar is Toy Story is the second best movie. I'd say trilogy of all time, because Toy Story 4 isn't the. I wouldn't say Toy Story 1, 2 and 3 are phenomenal. Obviously number one movies of all time is Shaun Dead, Hot Fuzz and World's End. Followed by
Agree to disagree.
Toy Story 1, 2, 3.
No. So that's the movies of our childhood.
I'm waiting for you to wrap it up on something positive.
Little Mermaid's the best.
Okay. I like this. More positivity.
More positivity.
Yeah. You're saying I made this depressing this entire time, and I'm trying to get you.
A Friend in Me is a right song.
No, if you'd have said You've Got a Friend in Me is one of the most heartfelt, amazing, beautiful songs of all time, we could have blended.
I don't like Randy Newman.
Okay. We need to find something positive to end on. I'm waiting.
Oh God, why'd you do this to me?
If you'd have agreed with me on Toy Story, we'd have ended this podcast half an hour ago.
I just don't like Toy Story that much.
No, we can't end it on this. I'm waiting.
I can't. Stop it.
You need something positive to end this on.
I don't know now.
This sounds really depressing.
It does. You're making me depressed.
Hey Rita, end on something positive. I can't do positivity.
Because I can't do positive about Toy Story.
I'm not asking about Toy Story, but just end this podcast on something positive.
No.
And on that note...
Little Mermaid is the best movie ever. See you next week.
No, Toy Story is the best.
No.
Yes.
No.
And we've got to go...
The seed is always greener in somebody else's place. You dream of
That's not the fucking quote. The grass is green
out there.
No, the grass is greener is always brighter on the other side. Is the quote you were looking for?
No, on the song.
I mean,
seaweed is always greener in somebody else's place. Dream of going out there. That is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor.
This is going on Instagram. How's Karen? Oh my God!
Under the sea. Under the sea. Down where it was better. Down where it was better. Take it from me. No, they might be wrong. I might be fucking up the song. I'm sorry.
One positive note, I'm going Disney next year. Yay! And the year after.
So what's next week's episode? Is it Toys from Our Childhood?
Yeah. Toy Story of Our Childhood.
Yeah. Which my whole thing is I like Legos. Spoiler alert. That's about it.
So yeah, next week's is about toys. If Tim comes up with it,
comes back from Swansea, maybe not.
No, he got abducted. No,
he's in America watching American football and like crying about how bad it is and how Swansea FC is better.
You're all wrong because he's in America watching football, saying how amazing
American
it is.
Football and how stupid it is. Okay.
And then he's comparing it to Swansea Soccer Club.
Excuse me.
And
it's not soccer.
It is soccer.
No.
I'm getting triggered.
Till next week.
Till next week.
About toys.
Goodbye.
And
it's not the toys you're looking for.